guys, how you doing? This is Fred Reyes here live with a special guest today, my friend Elizabeth. I couldn't pronounce your last name, but it's killing me.
Wojtaszek.
Wojtaszek. Now, is that, I was asking you earlier, now, I know you're Hispanic?
Yes.
Hispanic. So, pero ¿de dónde? ¿De qué parte?
Mi mamá es nicaragüense, mi papá era polaco, nacido en Cuba.
Oh, wow. So we're talking about a trip because you just had a birthday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You just got back from your trip and a very exciting trip. I see your pictures are beautiful.
Yeah, I decided to take a lot of pictures, and I went on my trip by myself. It was a long it was a long overdue vacation that I haven't had in over 5 years, and I went on my own, and it was a great thing.
You're working hard, man. I mean, I see, you know, this is like a third episode now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And you know what? I just wanted to say, man, thank you so much. I mean, for this girl to come, we've known each other forever.
Yes.
And obviously, she called me up. She goes, Fred, you know, let's talk, work some deals out, right? Next thing I know, she's calling me, you know, all her agents. I mean, you have, what, 8?
I have, 8 agents with the show. Thank you for everything, because I've been able to recruit even more agents, so they're hopping on board, and
Awesome.
they're following our movement.
Yeah, you know, I like it. I mean, I love explaining, well, especially talking to you, because you're so, they call you the negotiator for some reason.
Yes.
And her license plate says the negotiator.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. I just watched the movie, the other one with not the negotiator. Was it the negotiator? There's a movie called.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the title of the movie is though.
Yeah. So the thing is, and I met some of your agents. I mean, Ramiro, man, that guy is awesome. Awesome guy.
Ramiro's a great guy. He's a seasoned agent. Yeah. I think he's been in the business over 30 years.
Wow. Yeah. I had the pleasure of meeting him. I'm doing some business with him. And I kid you not, guys, I mean, I couldn't even look at him at first because he writes so much on my father. But I was telling Elizabeth, I said, you know, it's amazing to see, you know, he was telling me the story, and some of his kids are all police officers, they're military.
They're in law enforcement.
That is awesome. So, I mean, you have from seasoned agents to agents that are just starting, también, no?
Agents that are just starting that need the training, agents that have been out of the business, that have been in hiatus for a couple of years for whatever reason, and they're coming back into it, and I'm there to mentor them.
You know, and that's awesome, because every agent I've talked to from your office saying how happy they are to be working with you because of the things that you know. I mean, you know, you're young. I mean, you're in business, what, how many years now?
18 years.
18 years, and she looks like she's 25. She's had a birthday, by the way. Aplauso, birthday party. So, you know, it's funny because a lot of the agents I've talked to from your office is, you know, they're so happy because obviously you're hand in hand with them. You know, you go in there and, you know, negotiate.
The philosophy behind my office, for any of you guys that want to know, the philosophy behind it is, I don't consider them as a number.
Yeah.
They're not considered as how many transactions they close. They're considered as an actual agent. Mm-hmm. So if they need the training, they need the help, they need guidance, that's what I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for them. When they walk into the office, the atmosphere is that of a happy atmosphere. You don't want to walk into an office that everybody's so stressed out and like bent out of shape. That's not how it works.
You never get stressed like that.
Oh no.
I mean, your skin is so beautiful.
No,
I
don't have to dye my hair from the grays.
Don't get mad.
No, it's just for me. Yeah, no, for me it's just you welcome them in a great environment, and I believe that's what helps them keep them going.
I mean, you know what, that is true, because, you know, I work for WFG, and I love the tools they have. I mean, that's been helping me a lot. Shouts out to them. As far as my crew, also Carlitos, the producer of the show. Un aplauso, Carlitos. So he's making things happen. But you know what, guys, it's true, because you have to have a good environment, just not only for your obviously your clients, you know, your team. And when, you know, I remember that one house we went out there, it was hotter than, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Sude, and we're doing the video. But it was cool because, you know what, you're not one of those realtors. I mean, I work with a lot of realtors. Some realtors, you know, they care about how they got it. It's too hot. It's 2 days.
Well, it's more of remember, I'm an owner, so the example comes from the top. Right. So if you are not leading by example, then who are you and what are you doing? Yeah. So if your agents see that, then they're gonna follow and they'll do the same thing. You lead by example.
Kind of like my kids. Yeah. There's a niños. I mean, if I don't put them in check, you know, and it's, I hate to say that, check. I don't know. I mean, you know, when I was brought up different, of course. Of
course.
You know, we didn't have the you know, tablets and phones. And a whole different era. But I think with the kids nowadays, you know, you have to say, hey, there's more to life than little phone.
And the electronics, I was brought up with a very disciplined background.
Yeah.
So when you came home from school, it was homework. When homework was done, you show it to you. I would show it to my mom. She would make sure everything was done, and then after that, she would tell me, okay, it's playtime. But it was disciplined. And the thing is that you, as a realtor, as a business owner, you have to be disciplined in your line of work. But again, you lead by example. So if you're not doing it, then guess what? Your agents are not going to follow the same path.
And I know that, because I mean, that listing was one of your agents, right?
Yep.
And you go out there, and it's...
That agent, and
she sold it, huh?
she sold it. That agent, her name is Lenny,
Yeah.
and Lenny, I think she's a beautiful person. She came from a brokerage that was only working on new home sales. So for those of you out there, new home sales, it's very easy. All you have to do is just register your buyer, and that's it. They take care of the rest. So she's now dabbled into resale. She's my top producer, and she has over 10 listings going on right now. So she's done a lot, and she has a great way of communicating with her clients and getting the business. But she's a hustler, and she's learned how to do follow-up and follow-through, but
And
she's on it.
And that's true, because that's what you need to do in this business, follow-up. I mean, I meet so many people, and I'm like ADD'd out, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, and my boss gets mad at me.
El café.
El café. And it's funny because, Cliff, you're watching, he gets mad at me because he's like, dude, you gotta focus, and it's so true. I'm like one of those horses, I gotta put my little things on here, I was thinking but the thing was, it's like, focusing is key, man, and really taking advantage of that, because to do that kind of volume as an agent, not even, some people don't even close
But
that.
wait a minute, there's more to it.
Because you.
No, there's more to it than that. The one thing that a lot of people don't know about my agent, about her, she's a full-time registered nurse.
What?
She works at a hospital, and she said that she was going to do part-time real estate. No, her real estate is full-time.
Wow.
So she has 10 escrows. She's gotten them within like less than 3 months.
Wow.
So
And
she's...
some people don't even do that.
And some people are just sitting behind their desk not knowing what to do, or the one thing that I always hear a lot, I don't like doing open houses. Well, you know what? I do the open houses. I do them. I still door knock. I still do cold calling, but this top producing agent, she wasn't like that before. And so there is a change, but she sees it within our office. And that's what's...
And is that motivating your other agents as well?
It is, because, they see her numbers. It's like a domino effect. They see it, and they're like, oh, well, I want to do that. How do I get there? They start doing it.
Correct.
Dennis is a great example. He does, my agent Dennis, he's a great guy. He does open houses nonstop every weekend. He is consistent. He is consistent.
I think I met him.
You went to his open house.
Oh yeah, Dennis.
Dennis.
Oh, I love that guy.
He's a great guy, but he's committed to an open house every weekend. He does them all weekend long.
Wow. See, and that's key. I mean, a lot of people, you're right. They don't want to do open houses, and that's key in this business to get exposed.
Exposure is everything. And remember, we have to also remember that the way our appearance is, how we interact with people, how we represent our brand, whether it's a Remax or any other brand. Shout out to Remax Champions, because I'm so happy that that's my home, and the way you represent yourself is key. So outward appearance is key, and so is inner appearance. So you can't come out like a bully. And you can't come out like you're about to fight war. No, you have to be personable.
Yeah, that's true. I know a lot of agents that,
I know.
We were having a conversation about that yesterday. I had another friend of mine, I guess, and it's funny because, I was talking about that, because some of the women in real estate today, I think to myself, hey, they look beautiful, don't get me wrong, but we're not going to a club, right? And we're not going to, a veces eso tiene que ver mucho, like, I don't know, old school people, because I could get you in trouble when you go, say, for a listing or something.
You cross the boundaries. So it's out there in like Facebook world and Facebook Nation. I come from an old school background and upbringing myself. No, but at the end of the day, it's true. You have to watch yourself on how you conduct yourself, how you dress yourself, and how do you want to perceive yourself. If you want to be a top producing agent in this business and you want to set a platform and build a brand for yourself, guess what? Out here, is what is it's going to speak volumes. But we know what's going to get you the business even more. It's not out here. It's what's up here.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So whatever.
I like my women, you know.
So you got to watch what comes out of your mouth and how you speak it. So I get a lot of new agents that ask me, well, what can I do? Well, what you can do is learn how to speak in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
How to talk in front of the mirror.
When I look in front of the mirror, damn.
Don't break the mirror. But you know what's even great? Like I've done, career days at high schools.
Yeah, really?
So yes, and I do that a lot. And with one of my other agents, and her name is Siobhan. We did a career day at her children's school. Shoutouts to West Covina High School. Ooh. And what the great part about it that they had questions.
Yeah.
And they really wanted to pursue the real estate business.
That's a good thing because you know what? I swear to you, man. I always tell my friends, if I would have listened to the career guys back in the days, I would have been retired by now.
Yes.
Because I did this Madre Medio, and I was like, these guys who come in, hey, you know, all suited booted, and we're like, whatever, you know. But you don't realize it.
Well, here's the thing. We remember we have to set examples even to the younger generation because they want to know. Well, I want to make the 6-figure salaries that you're making. So what do I have to do? I just have to take the classes and I get the license and that's it? No. I actually let them know. Okay, you know what? You may want to go to college and do some communication classes. Yeah. It works.
Yeah, you don't want to be out there gay homes out my house.
Yeah. No, that's not how it works.
I know.
Selena's.
I know. No, you know, it's funny you say that because my daughter, man, she's a beautiful girl, and that, you know, I love you. And it was so funny because she was talking like that, you know. And I was like, oh my God, I had to switch schools because it was nothing to even be. Yeah. Se te pega, dude. And my mom would say, tell me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you who you are. Yep. So that's kind of how it is in this business. I mean, if you hang out with people that are doing business and working hard, kind of like what you got going, I mean, you're going to grow.
Yes.
You know, and your office is going to be performing.
You always, the one thing that I've learned from even Tom Ferry events, all these seminars that we tend to go to, because it's funny, we tend to think that seminar that happens 2 weeks later is going to be even better, so we have to go to it. Well, guess what? It's the same thing, repeated over and over again. And they also let you know that you got to hang out with the right people for your growth. Correct. If you do that, then you'll advance. And
so that's true. Like in our business too. I mean, you know, I sat down with my boss a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Fred, you got to focus," you know. And I knew what I needed to do. I mean, I was just thinking, I was like, you know, but you're right. If you have a clear mind, you stick to what you do, you focus, and you kill it. You know. Yes. And sometimes you never know where business comes from. You know. I mean, I met you. Look at it. My whole life's changed.
Yeah, you're producing. What else? I should be interviewing you.
Yeah. But you know what I like? You love my sense, but also, you know, we have a pretty good relationship. I think it's good when you can work with somebody and you get along, and you know, if something happens, hey, she's on the phone, Fred, what's going on? You know, deal with. So I like that because sometimes, you know, I work with people and I do so much, and it's like, oh, I forgot to open that deal. Like, the hell? Okay, no,
you never want to burn your bridges in this business. You always want to give compliments where they should be given, acknowledgments where they should be given, and a thank you. Correct. No nos pesa decir unas gracias to the people that have gotten us there. So that's why I do a major shout out to Remax Champions because look where I'm at. Look where I'm at now, and shout outs to you because thank you for helping my agents because it only helps them produce and get to the next level. Correct. Yeah, so
I'm excited. I mean, I have some flowers here. It was her birthday.
¿Dónde están? Están muertas.
But you know what's funny because I mean, so you know, focusing on that. I mean, what do you see? I mean, for the future of your office. I mean, you're growing pretty fast.
Yes, I am.
I think you gotta grow that building pretty quick.
Yes, I'm already. It's funny. We've been in business since July of last year, so July 7th, 2017. So I'm building the office, we're building the business, but now it's baby steps in the beginning. Yeah. The growth is going to be expanding and getting out of that office and going somewhere else. So I'm already looking at other locations. Really? Wow. Yeah. So what do I have in the future? Well, get more agents and keep building and building and building.
And what's our goal to do that? And we were just talking about it off the camera. You know, I said, hey, you know what? We have these really cool tools. I mean, I sat down. We just had a meeting with about 15 agents the other day, and these tools are really cool. You know, title companies. Obviously, there's rules and regulations, but there's there are actually tools that they give you that it's kind of like, we call it next seller leads, you know?
Right.
And these next seller leads are working. I mean, I think it's just a way to say, hey, Mr. Realtor, hey, we can help you. Obviously, Liz, I would say Liz.
You can call me Liz.
Oh, yeah.
That's my name.
So I told her, hey, let's have these classes, try to help you recruit more agents. I mean, because, especially in Upland, I mean, I see the area, it's a growing area. I mean,
The great thing, Upland is a beautiful city. The surroundings are a great city.
Yeah.
We have lots of agents, just that some agents are in offices that there's no growth.
Yeah.
And there's nothing being handed to them. There's no, and obviously you're not given a handbook, but
Yeah.
get some trainings,
Yeah.
get mentorship, one-on-one,
Yeah.
and that's what we're doing.
So say, for example, if you have a training, are you open for other agents to come in, even
Absolutely.
if they're not from Remax?
Absolutely. I don't
You know, a
discriminate.
lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and my thing is, my office is an open door policy. Come in and learn a little bit, and if you even want to know more about what we have to offer, even better, you can come and pick my brain, ask me questions, let's have a conversation. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people look at it like there is, they put a wall up, but that's what, we had a conversation yesterday with another young lady, and basically she said, look, you have to have an open door policy. I mean, just because you might learn from something, I mean, I know you're young, but you've done so much. You even got the book out,
Yeah.
you got the books,
I have
the
the book.
negotiator. Guess what, you think it's coming back again?
Okay, so for those of you that have not heard, short sales are already back.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? Yeah, no, short sales are definitely coming back. The other thing is forecast the market. So rates already went up, and guess what? They're going up again in December. So mark my words, they're already going up, and they're gonna be going up again by, we're gonna enter 2019. There's gonna be another rate hike. I honestly have said from the early on this year that interest rates are going to be at the 7.5% like we had them a long time before. So it's going to make it even more difficult for our clients. But again, it's called educating yourself and educating your agents. So is my office an open door policy? Absolutely. Can we have a conversation and you could be from a different brand? Why not? I mean, we all have something in common. We have a license, and the one thing that we also have in common is that we want to help our clients.
Right. Yeah.
So what better not to talk to amongst our peers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I mean, I see that in the title business as well. I mean, I do it, I see a lot of title guys that, I don't know, maybe a lot of them know whatever, but to me, it's always been, hey man, how you doing? What's good? Everybody has ideas.
Right.
And I think sometimes you have to be open to those ideas, especially in the real estate world. It's always changing,
You have to, it's like technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always changing. There's always a new app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't just tell you about your mom's role.
Okay,
My mom said, es el año de caldo.
So my mom, she's
Retired,
the
right?
second generation in real estate, because I'm third. She still has the flip phone. I call it the mommy-proof phone.
Yeah.
Like a,
Yeah, esa no se quiebra, dude.
no se quiebra. You can throw it on the floor, pick it up, and it still works.
Yeah.
But with the buttons and the send and the end, because she will not change over to a smartphone.
Oh, that's
Yeah, no, the smartphone, she'll probably be making calls to Nicaragua.
What's that on Facebook?
Exactly, she'll go Facebook Live on her own.
Yeah. It's like my friend's mom, they taught her how to use Facebook, ya no la quitan, so funny.
Yeah, she gets hooked,
Yeah.
but technology is changing. New things are developing, but you have to get with the program.
Yeah, we're talking about a class,
Yes.
and I was telling her about these new seller league classes. So we're thinking of doing something at your office, and if people are invited
Yes.
to come out. So what is your office address out there?
So my office address is 45 North Central Avenue, the city of Upland, and you can contact me directly, 310-498-7781, to get more information about it.
And her number is at the bottom, so you can reach out to Elizabeth. Also, we'll be there trying to give a class. Well, I always say trying. Ya me estoy durmiendo. No, es que no trajo café.
Hey, you drink more coffee than I do.
I know. So we're talking about these classes. You guys should be there. Very cool stuff that we're going to show you. Obviously, you'll get to meet Liz and a lot of her agents, because I mean, I would love to meet the lady that has the top position. Have maybe ask her questions. What is she doing that's different? If she's a full-time nurse as well.
Yeah, she's a full-time nurse. So what she does?
Maybe all the doctors. That's a good one.
There you go.
Yeah.
She does not stop, and I've asked her, do you want more business cards? You know what she tells me? No, I don't need business cards, because you know what she does? She has her phone right with her, and as soon as she talks to that person and she interacts with them, she starts finding them on Facebook.
Wow.
Okay, she friend requests them. And guess what?
She
Because
follows up.
I promote my agents on social media, I praise them for whatever escrow they've closed or whatever escrow they're opening, her friends get to see that. And it's shared, so she reshares it. So she gets
And
clientele.
Yeah, see, that's key.
Another thing is that she's very involved with her children. So her children are always busy. If it's not volleyball, it's not tennis, it's not pageants, there you go.
Yeah, and you know what? It's key because you know I have my kids in football, my daughter's in cheerleading, and it's funny because you know what? You're right. That's a whole different crowd. Those people are buying houses. People are, you know, I mean, go to my kids' football games. There's a bunch of people there, and nobody even talks about nothing. They just like.
Well, here's the other thing. No one really talks about how about sponsoring your kids' cheerleading team, football team, because it's there for the season. So guess what? Your banner's going to be there for what, 3 months?
That's true.
Why not?
Yeah. So next, you see me, I'm gonna get you a bow right there.
With your name on it, there you go.
So no. So I really appreciate you coming down. I mean, I think it's awesome. You know, you're growing, and your office is. I think, yeah, you're right. You're gonna grow up pretty soon. And
yeah, we're already looking to move elsewhere.
yeah, so I appreciate you coming down. I mean, there's so much to talk about, but we want to continue the show. I mean, this is our 3rd episode. We're gonna have a lot more coming up. Maybe we'll bring that realtor interview her and talk about what she does.
Yeah, we got to get her out of the hospital.
Yeah, you know that's. I mean, also Ramiro. I mean, Ramiro's has a great story. He was a single dad, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's possible, guys. I'm telling you. And what if, say, for example, somebody's trying to learn into the real estate? I mean, can they call you, say, hey, Liz? I mean, because, you know, that's a good idea, going to kids or high school kids, because they're good.
Career days are big. Career days usually happen towards the end of the year before the close of the year. Educate the children. Yeah. Don't ignore them. Remember, our kids are our future. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna be like this, like get a what is it? Light. But yeah, our kids are our future. I think that's the one thing that we cannot fail to neglect. They're the next ones up there.
You just give me an idea. That'd be kind of, so
I'm gonna charge you for that idea. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna copyright that.
Hey.
But
no, it's algo funny. I wanted to do.
Yeah, no. Pick my brain. Contact me. Email me. Shoot me a text message. Let's meet in person. Let's have a coffee. Come to my office. My office is an open door. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you always coming down.
Absolutely.
And thank you for coming. I mean, I know you drove a long way. And
you guys know where this place is at. I'm coming from the Inland Empire. No,
she's coming from now 20 minutes away.
It's another world. No,
so, muchas gracias. Also, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. And thank you for watching the Fred Reyes Show.